What if I told you that your VA disability rating could literally double your monthly income, and most veterans have no clue this is even possible? Stick around because I'm about to show you exactly how to stack VA benefits with Social Security disability to create a financial safety net that could change everything. Think about it this way. You already fought for your country. You already earned these benefits through your service and sacrifice. But if you don't understand how to maximize what you've earned, you're leaving serious money on the table. Let me paint you a picture of what's possible here. Imagine you're currently receiving your VA disability at 100%, which puts about $3,600 in your pocket every month. That's already life-changing for most people. But here's where it gets interesting. If you qualify for Social Security disability on top of that, you're looking at potentially another $1,300 monthly. We're talking about $4,900 every single month. And here's the kicker. Your VA benefits are completely tax-free. The rules around combining these benefits are complex, the application processes are different, and one wrong move could excessively prolong everything you've already worked so hard to achieve. So let's break this down step by step, because understanding the difference between VA disability and Social Security disability is absolutely crucial before we dive into how to combine them effectively. VA disability compensation is specifically designed for veterans who sustained service-connected injuries or conditions during their military service. The key phrase here is service-connected. This means the Department of Veterans Affairs has determined that your disability is directly linked to your time in the armed forces. Whether it's a physical injury from combat, hearing loss from equipment exposure, or mental health conditions developed during deployment, VA disability recognizes that your military service caused or aggravated these issues. Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI, operates on a completely different principle. SSDI doesn't care whether your disability is service-connected or not. What SSDI cares about is one simple question. Are you unable to work due to your disability? That's it. You could have been injured in a car accident, developed a chronic illness, or yes, sustained a military injury. SSDI doesn't discriminate based on how you became disabled. This fundamental difference is what creates the opportunity. Your service-connected disabilities that qualify you for VA benefits might also prevent you from working, which could qualify you for SSDI. And here's the beautiful part. There's no rule that says you can't receive both. Let me explain how this works. When you've gone through the VA claims process, you've already done a lot of the heavy lifting for an SSDI claim. You've gathered medical evidence, documented your conditions, and proven that your disabilities are real and impactful. All of this documentation can be incredibly valuable for your SSDI application. Your VA medical records serve as compelling evidence for SSDI because they contain detailed documentation of your service-connected disabilities, treatment history, and most importantly, how these conditions impact your daily functioning. Remember, SSDI is focused on your ability to work, so any medical evidence that shows how your disabilities affect your capacity to function in a work environment is gold. Here's something most people don't know. If you have a 100% VA disability rating, you may qualify for expedited processing of your SSDI claim. This means instead of waiting the typical 12 to 18 months for a decision, you could potentially get approved much faster. This expedited review recognizes that veterans with the highest disability ratings are likely facing severe impairments that warrant urgent attention. But let's talk about the elephant in the room: work credits. To qualify for SSDI, you need to have earned enough work credits through employment. For most people over 31, that's 20 work credits total. Here's some good news for veterans. Your military service counts toward these work credits. Every quarter you served and paid Social Security taxes earns you credits, up to 4 credits per year. This is particularly important for veterans who may have struggled with civilian employment due to service-connected disabilities. Your military service can help bridge gaps in your work history and ensure you meet the credit requirements for SSDI eligibility. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of medical documentation, because this is where many claims succeed or fail. The medical evidence you present must effectively demonstrate how your conditions prevent you from working. It's not enough to simply list your diagnoses. You need to show the functional impact of these conditions on your ability to maintain employment. This is where something called nexus letters become incredibly valuable. A nexus letter is a detailed medical opinion that connects your medical conditions to your inability to work. These letters, typically written by healthcare providers who understand both your medical history and the demands of work, can significantly strengthen your SSDI claim by clearly articulating how your specific disabilities prevent you from engaging in substantial gainful activity. If you're watching this and thinking your claim might be missing crucial medical evidence, don't panic. There are resources available to help veterans get the comprehensive medical evaluations they need. VA Medical specializes in connecting veterans with licensed medical professionals who provide the detailed evaluations that both VA and SSDI reviewers are looking for. You can find their link in the description below. But let's talk about the real numbers. When you successfully combine VA and SSDI benefits, the financial impact can be transformative. A veteran with a 100% VA disability rating typically receives around $3,600 monthly, depending on their specific circumstances and any additional allowances. If this same veteran qualifies for SSDI, they could receive an average monthly benefit of approximately $1,300. Combined, we're looking at $4,900 every month. That's nearly $60,000 annually in disability benefits. And remember, the VA portion is completely tax-free, which means you keep every penny of that $3,600. This kind of financial stability can be life-changing, providing the resources necessary to cover living expenses, healthcare costs, and other essential needs without the stress of financial insecurity. But here's where things get complicated, and this is crucial information that could save or cost you thousands of dollars. There are specific rules about working while receiving these benefits, and violating these rules could jeopardize your entire financial safety net. For veterans rated at 100% VA disability, the general rule is that you can work without losing your VA benefits, unless you're receiving total disability based on individual unemployability, or TDIU. TDIU is specifically designed for veterans who cannot secure or maintain substantially gainful employment due to their service-connected disabilities. If you're receiving TDIU and you start working, it could indicate that you're capable of employment, which could affect your eligibility. SSDI has its own set of employment restrictions that are quite strict. SSDI recipients can earn up to the substantial gainful activity limit, which for 2025 is set at $1,620 per month for non-blind individuals. Earning above this threshold could result in the loss of your SSDI benefits, so monitoring your income is essential. These employment rules highlight why it's crucial to understand your specific situation before making any decisions about work. The complexities of these regulations mean that what works for one veteran might not work for another, and professional guidance can be invaluable in navigating these waters safely. Let me share a reality check that most people don't want to talk about. The application process for SSDI can be brutal. The initial approval rate is less than 40%, which means most people get denied on their first try. But here's the thing about veterans: you have advantages that most civilian applicants don't have. Your military service demonstrates a work history and dedication that SSDI reviewers recognize and respect. Your service-connected disabilities are already documented and verified through the VA system, and if you have a high VA rating, you've already proven that your disabilities are severe and impactful. But even with these advantages, preparation is everything. The quality of your medical evidence, the completeness of your application, and your ability to clearly demonstrate how your disabilities prevent you from working will determine whether you succeed or join the majority who get denied. This is why understanding the connection between your VA rating and your SSDI claim is so important. Your VA medical records don't just support your VA benefits, they can serve as the foundation for a successful SSDI claim. The key is knowing how to present this information in a way that addresses SSDI's specific focus on work capacity. Here's something that might surprise you. Many veterans assume that if they're receiving VA benefits, they're automatically qualified for SSDI. This isn't true. While a high VA rating can certainly support an SSDI claim, the two systems evaluate disability differently. VA disability focuses on the impact of service-connected conditions on your overall quality of life, while SSDI focuses specifically on your ability to work. This means you need to frame your medical evidence differently for each application. For VA purposes, you might emphasize how your condition affects your daily activities, relationships, and overall functioning. For SSDI purposes, you need to specifically address how these same conditions prevent you from maintaining employment. Let's talk about timing, because when you apply for SSDI matters more than most people realize. If you're already receiving VA benefits, you have a head start on gathering the medical evidence you'll need for SSDI. But if you're still in the process of establishing your VA claim, it might make sense to focus on that first, since a successful VA claim can strengthen your subsequent SSDI application. The timing also affects your back pay. SSDI back pay is calculated from your alleged onset date, which is when you became unable to work due to your disability. If you can establish an earlier onset date, with strong medical evidence, you could be entitled to significant back pay in addition to your ongoing monthly benefits. Here's a strategy that many successful veterans use. They treat their VA and SSDI claims as complementary rather than separate processes. They use their VA medical appointments to gather evidence that supports both claims. They ensure their healthcare providers understand both the service connection aspect for VA purposes and the work limitation aspect for SSDI purposes. This integrated approach requires planning and communication with your healthcare team, but it can significantly increase your chances of success with both claims while minimizing the time and effort required. Now let's address the question that's probably burning in your mind. What if you get denied? SSDI denials are common, but they're not the end of the road. The appeals process exists for a reason, and many veterans who are denied initially succeed on appeal. The key is understanding why you were denied and addressing those specific issues in your appeal. Common reasons for SSDI denials include insufficient medical evidence, failure to demonstrate work limitations, or not meeting the duration requirements. The good news is that these issues can often be addressed with additional medical evidence, better documentation, or clearer explanations of how your conditions affect your work capacity. This is another area where you've been receiving VA disability for an extended period. It demonstrates the ongoing nature of your conditions, which supports the duration requirements for SSDI. Let me paint a picture of what success looks like. Imagine you're a veteran who successfully combined VA and SSDI benefits. You're receiving $4,900 monthly in tax-free and taxable disability income. You have access to VA healthcare for your service-connected conditions. You have Medicare through SSDI for other healthcare needs. And you have the security of knowing that these benefits will continue as long as your disabilities persist. This kind of financial stability allows you to focus on your health and well-being, rather than worrying about how you'll pay your bills. It provides the resources necessary to access quality healthcare, maintain stable housing, and support your family. For many veterans, this combination of benefits represents the difference between struggling to survive and having the foundation necessary to thrive. But achieving this level of success requires knowledge, preparation, and often professional assistance. The systems are complex, the rules are nuanced, and the stakes are high. Making mistakes can cost you thousands of dollars and months or years of delays. This is why education and preparation are so important. Understanding how VA and SSDI benefits work together isn't just about maximizing your income, it's about securing your financial future and ensuring you receive the support you've earned through your service. If you're ready to take action on your VA claim and stop accepting denials, I want you to click the Re-Medical link in the description box below. They'll walk you through exactly how to get the proper medical evidence and documentation that can make or break your claim. Don't leave benefits on the table when you've already sacrificed so much for your country. The bottom line is this: combining VA and SSDI benefits isn't just possible. For many veterans, it's the key to financial security after service. Your VA rating can significantly boost your SSDI claim through medical evidence, expedited processing, and demonstrated severity of your conditions. The financial impact of successfully combining these benefits can be transformative, potentially providing nearly $5,000 in monthly income. But success requires understanding the systems, preparing strong applications, and navigating complex rules around employment and eligibility. The investment in proper preparation and professional guidance can pay dividends for decades to come. Your service to this country earned you these benefits. Now it's time to make sure you receive everything you're entitled to. Don't let complexity or confusion keep you from securing the financial future you deserve. Take action, get the help you need, and claim what's rightfully yours. Make sure to like this video if it helped you understand how to maximize your benefits, share it with fellow veterans who need this information, and subscribe for more content that helps veterans navigate the complex world of benefits and financial planning. Your support helps us reach more veterans who need this crucial information.